important. So, we start today. Unmute your, mute your sound. So,
Okay.
we will take up the topic. I was giving the last session where Jerry and Ashok was also there. So one beautiful thing happens, and the teacher is always enjoys that moment. I was talking about the knowledge, and when they started sharing their experiences, they said, "Oh, everything outside, never affected me. I saw the cell phone was ringing, but that knowledge in the mind kept me unattached." You may not appreciate now, but as you grow into the practice, you will realize how important it is to introduce to the mind these principles of Eastern wisdom. And the time comes when you live into that state of Eastern wisdom, you need not to practice anything. The knowledge awakens and you are already there into that state of meditation. And that is known as awakening. It's not too far. But the mind says it is too far. Why? The mind lives in delusion. So what to do with the delusion? Practice Kriya Yoga as suggested by Patanjali in the 2nd chapter. So what is this Kriya Yoga? So we will talk and understand about this Kriya Yoga in a little bit detail. What is, we all have an urge, inner urge. What is that inner urge? To be in peace, to be in love, to be in the state of happiness. And because of that inner urge, we all are thinking, speaking, acting, working in day-to-day life. Can you tell me, can any one of you want to work where it gives you unhappiness, where it gives you sorrow? Oh, I'm too much stressed, in the office, in the workplace, but the mind already has an intent of earning the wealth to secure happiness. So we continue to live in the stress to secure happiness, and happiness never comes. But urge to secure happiness is always there. Always there. If there is a stress, there is a little pain, the mind wants to get rid of it. Mind wants to remove that stress. What is this urge? What is this inner urge? You look at, when we were just born, we were hungry. That urge was present. I want to be happy, so I started crying. I could not express. We wet the bed and we started crying. Why? To be happy. So mom realized, oh, I understand. You're crying. Let me change it. So urge is always there. That urge, that inner desire, that craving, you can use any word. That urge is always there to secure peace and happiness so that urge is still present in all of us. And how we are fulfilling, satiating that urge by seeking pleasure in objects, in people, in things outside. Can your mind stop there? That there is nothing outside in the world that can give me permanent peace and happiness. How the mind should stop? Through understanding, through knowledge. You are crossing a road. Knowledge helps you. What knowledge? The traffic is moving on. I should not move now. When there is a red light and there is a green signal for walking and you walk, done. Can that happen to the mind in a spur of a moment? What will happen? You will enter into the state of meditation. So what should be our next question? That what is the nature of pleasure and happiness in the world? Is pleasure permanent happiness? How do I get pleasure? When I come into contact with any object or a person outside in the world, contact is necessary to seek a pleasure. But pleasure is short-lived. Short-lived. So if you are doing mindfulness practice for the sake of pleasure, after the session is over, you'll say, okay, I got some pleasure. Finished. The journey is now done. So our masters are saying, inquiry, inquire. We don't want to inquire. We don't want to inquire into the nature of pleasure and peace and happiness. Because we don't want to inquire, we continue to move with the duality, pain, pleasure. How that pain and pleasure takes place, profit and loss. Look at Samir, who has a good business, who is a good, who has a big shop of clothing. Now he is not able to go. Can I say? His wife was just saying, he is totally upset. He cannot go outside. So what I like, first, mind says I like this. I want to grab it. When I grab it, it gives me happiness. What is known as pleasure? And the pleasure, and after it is gone, after some time, again we are sad. So if we do not inquire into the nature of pleasure and happiness in our life, the mindfulness will never succeed. So Kriya Yoga. You might have read Jerry and Priscilla in the second chapter. It says, Tapah Swadhyaya Ishwar Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. But first understand, if you practice Kriya Yoga, what is the result? Patanjali directly says, practice it daily. You will minimize the suffering and the impact of suffering in life. All kinds of suffering. First it says. And the second benefit it says, it helps you to succeed in achieving the highest state of mindfulness known as Samadhi. Samadhi Bhavanarth. Why to practice? Why to go to office? To get money. So why to practice Kriya Yoga, or why to practice mindfulness? To succeed in securing permanent state of peace and happiness. Sometimes our mind says, okay, let this beard guy talk about it, There is no permanent peace and happiness. Our mind does not allow this principle to be settled in the mind. Why? Because mind is constantly wandering outside. Because the mind after the meditation session is over, I feel very much relaxed. And once the session is over, mind says what I was seeking, what I like, so it again falls into the pleasure. Constantly moving inside and outside. Days after days, weeks after weeks, we are constantly on the run for pleasure. Then we go into pain, profit, then loss, victory and defeat. That is the nature of our daily work and daily life. I don't like you. I object to what you said to me. To whom you are saying? To your honey. You said, honey, you love it, but still, mind reacts. Can I get rid of it? So Kriya Yoga says, tapaha, swadhyaya, ishwar pranidhanani. First he says, discipline and educate your mind. Second, that is known as tapa. Swadhyaya means know the simple principles of Eastern wisdom to clear your mind. Third, holding your mind onto the highest. Where we hold our mind. Ashok, something happens in your life. And then we say, I don't want to talk to you. Finished. We are not holding on something that is the highest in our life to the existence. So these 3 pointers in succeeding in mindfulness. First pointer is discipline and educate the mind in the light of principles of Eastern wisdom. Have you ever thought, I have repeated maybe 1,000 times, and I can understand my master also repeated when I was hardly 22, 23 years old, and he used to say, peace is your essential nature. Happiness is within you. And I said, oh, my master is consoling me. Do I start thinking how the peace is my essential nature? How the happiness can be my essential nature? Do I really think within me? No, I don't have time. Even during lockdown, I'm very busy. I'm upset. I cannot do my business. Mind is moving outside. That is where the discipline and education is required. That is known as tapa. Second is, it is a swadhyaya, self-introspection, self-observation. Mind, where are you going? Why are you going? What you will get? Ask these 3 questions. No, yesterday, that guy told me that I am crazy and my mind is still thinking, where are you going? Why are you going? Why? Can we think really? That is known as the self-study, self-introspection. Three pointers. Discipline and education of the mind. First, self-introspection in the light of the principles of Eastern. Happiness is my essential nature, but I'm upset with you. You made me upset. How can the happiness is my essential nature? So mind is not looking inside, mind is looking outside. Why I am upset with you? Can you answer that? The mind is moving outside. It likes you. Why it likes you? Because you have always given me happiness. And why I am upset? I never expected from you to turn around. So mind is still seeking pleasure from the world outside. Can you think in that way? I can tell you from today, nobody can ever cause any unhappiness. Any unhappiness. Some people are, maybe you can say, abusing the government. Some people are praising the government. In any country. Can I check the mind, where the mind is moving? Can I do the self-study? Can I do the observation? I can tell you 80% the mind will calm down immediately. This is what the Buddha says in all the Eightfold Noble Path. He added the word samyak. Samyak Gyan means right knowledge. So he added the word right knowledge, right mindfulness, right thought, right speech, right effort. What is this right effort? Kriya Yoga helps you to move into the right knowledge, right effort, right thought, right speech, right action, right mindfulness. He added the word right. Now, what is right for me cannot be right for you. What is right for me cannot be right for you. So the Master says, what is right and good is a common element present in every human being. If it is uncommon, that is not right. Simple. Find out what is right and common. What is right and good for me should also be right and good for you. That is known as the path of Shreyas. So the Master says this mind is like a river. It has to flow. Prislanj to Jerry, the great commentator Vyasa commented on Patanjali Yoga Sutra, very first sutra, giving the commentary, who lived with him, so who he knows the mind and the intelligence of Patanjali. So he says that Patanjali is saying the mind is like a river. It has to flow, not one. One goes, one flow we already know. It takes all the dirt, garbage and meets where it meets. It meets an ocean, the highest state of the consciousness. And the other flow takes my mind outside, seeking pleasure, claiming happiness with an object, with the people. It is the path of the prayers. So not going into detail, just to take a simple thing, can regular practice of mindfulness based on Kriya Yoga can help me to reach to the highest state of mindfulness. So in our country, means in this country where from I'm speaking, we see mindfulness is emptiness. And I have to make an effort to make the mind empty. No doubt, Kriya Yoga is going to help you to achieve that state of the mindfulness. But I'll give you a reflection of what exactly this emptiness. Are you ready to listen? Father asked his son, let us go. The story goes back almost 80 to 90 years back. Well, we just started projecting films in the theater. Father said, and the son was very happy. I have to watch this film. They were late. They entered into the cinema theater. The film was running. Pay attention. Film was running. Son asked, "You told me, Dad, that there is a screen on which the film is displayed." "Yes, son." "Look at there." Oh, that actor is a screen? Why we want emptiness of the mind? Pay attention. Is that actor who is playing it? No, it is behind that. And suddenly the scene changed and the son saw the actress. Okay, now I understand. This actress is the screen. No! And the movie changed again. The scene changed again. Oh, if it is no, now I see you are telling me behind that actress is a big mention of the actress. He could not see the screen. He continued asking the question, and father was trying to answer, but you cannot answer. And what happened? The film is finished. There is no projection. Come on, son, look at this. This is the screen where the film is being projected. This is the screen where the mind is projecting pain, pleasure. This is the screen where the world is being projected that we have created in our life, which is an element of pain and the pleasure, profit and the loss. Father need not to ask again the son, "Did you really understand?" I understand. Everything created by the mind, it is a creation in the world, and that world is full of likes and dislikes. There is a constant change in the world, so there is a constant change in the mind, and behind that mind there is a screen that lives into the state of emptiness. Now ask yourself, can you create emptiness? That is the question. Can you create emptiness, or it is already there? Can you ask yourself? So the deeper state of that mind behind the movie in the world that we are playing day to day in our life is the right knowledge, is the right state. Can I move there? Can I live into that state? Is wave different from an ocean? When I see the wave as a single entity, wave is definitely different from an ocean. But if I have a right knowledge and right awareness, I go behind the wave, go behind the ocean, I see only the water as a common element. What is the common element? That is what is right and good in our life. And once you discover that, that is known as awakening. You are filled with permanent peace and happiness. It cannot be undone. And how far it is? How far it is? It is here and now. It is here and now. My mind projects my thought, feeling, and sensation in one wave. That may be an object. That wave may be my husband and wife. That wave may be my son. That wave may be an enemy. And my mind is engaged. in playing that movie. We want to bring an end to that movie by creating more action. That is a wrong action. Creating more thought. I don't know whether it is popular in US, but it is very popular in India. The husband sat against the in-laws to his wife 10 years ago. And the wife still remembers, you see that? You insulted my in-laws. I'm only looking at the wave. I'm not looking at what is behind the wave. That is the journey of mindfulness. Eyes are closed. Let us start our journey. Let us see, can we enter into that state? Screen. Can I see that screen today? If I can see it, I'm already there. So I need to practice the Kriya Yoga to make it happen every day in my life. Eyes are closed. The stage 1, we have 2 steps. Now let's see that. You have to awaken to that knowledge. Did I say that? When you are into the right knowledge, it leads to awareness and it is your experience. So first step is steadiness of the body and the mind facing inside. I was giving one lesson yesterday in the morning. I said, what I need to do when I park my car outside and I'm facing to the main door of my house, the entire neighbor is out of sight. This is what I'm saying. Be casual, perfectly normal. Don't ask the mind to make any effort. You are looking inside. That drops the sense perception. Out of sight. And a remarkable thing happens when the mind is facing or looking inside. The sense perception out of sight. And that gives a natural state of steadiness to the body. So you become more aware of the body and there is a sense of steadiness. It is not you are enforcing the body to be still. Many Hatha Yoga teachers have a wrong notion. Are you practicing meditation? No, I spend 2 hours in doing physical yoga. I don't have a time. After all, this is the beginning. What? How long you continue to do the same thing? Look at the delusion, the wrong notion we have. So experience the steadiness of the body, which is natural, and naturally you are looking inside. Well, if the mind goes outside, you know it has gone outside. Start looking inside. Did you understand which principle I am applying? The mind is like a river which has a 2 flow, the Shreyas and the Prayas. I only discover the common element deep within me. It cannot be perceived, seen, felt, experienced outside. So when the mind moves with the thought, casually you say, okay, change the flow, start looking inside. You start experiencing the sensation in the body. And that leads us to being comfortable. Being comfortable. Look at the neck joint. Now you see that you're looking at the neck joint and virtually you're moving to the screen. And that screen gives you an experience of sensation, comfortable, and steadiness. Today I want that these principles should go very deep into your head. And from the head it should flow down to your heart. to be translated. So consider the common element is sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. So I apply the same principle looking at the shoulder joints. So looking at the shoulder joints, and you move to an experience of sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. Let us move the mind on all the joints, gently and slowly from the top of the head to the toes. Take your time. We are not in a hurry. Yes, we are not in a hurry. What happens? You experience the sensation. You're comfortable and you experience the steadiness. For a moment, the screen, you see the screen and also see the thoughts on the screen like a movie. That is what is being carefree. Look at it, how we introduce the highest principle, but we progress slowly. Knowledge is realized in stages, my friend. It cannot happen in a day. So what is being carefree? Standing across the road, watching the traffic. What is standing across the road in the mind? It is the screen. And what is the traffic? Oh, let the mind have as many number of thoughts, feelings, sensation. Let it have. Who cares? You see that you get a glimpse. You are aware that the mind is playing the movie with the world outside. But deep inside, there is a common element. I am aware. I am a witness. The word is used as a witness. Sakshi. Are you still asking question like a son to the father, where is the screen? Is this movement a screen? Or is this thought? No! Whatever is changing cannot be the screen. And that is the thought that makes you carefree. Simple way to understand. You continue the experience in the stage 1 to succeed in mindfulness. Now we are entering into the stage 2. Sometimes our intellect our intellect and the mind gets crazy. Oh, what you are talking, I don't understand. And every time they have lot of thoughts going on projected on the screen. We need to clear that dirt of the mind. So the second stage is to purify the mind and balance this prana. How we do it? So we'll keep this. We will keep our one step common and one step we will change. So start breathing deep, silent and slow into your belly and the chest up to the neck and the throat. And while breathing out, make the humming sound louder, deeper and longer. Again inhale deeply, silently and slowly, and no noise while during inhalation, and continue to do the humming sound. mind is still looking deep inside and you continue with the humming sound. Why the mind continues to look inside? You are holding on to the screen in today's session where the mind is projecting just an awareness in your mind. That is your desire. Continue. Do nothing. Stop this humming sound looking inside the head. Let us play with the mind in a very simple, joyful manner. Why? How to stop projecting the film on a screen? We have to act on the projector. How to project the film on the screen? I have to act on a projector. So that is already happening. For the days, weeks, months, we get all kinds of crazy thoughts and that makes me upset. So one thing is already happening. The movie is going on. So, but I have to use the same mind to stop projection. Switch on, switch off button is already there. So what is the switch off button today? It is the mantra Om Shanti. So what we need to do? Gently, without moving any part of the body, the experience of comfortable steadiness continues. You are looking inside the head and the movie is being played by the mind, and every time any thought comes, you superimpose Om Shanti. Any thought? Om Shanti. Good, bad, high, low. Any feeling? Om Shanti. How you project, how you drop it. And I have a simple way to answer. You come to my house and you ask me what you do. Om Shanti. My answer. Where you are? Om Shanti. What practices you give? Om Shanti. How old are you? Om Shanti. I have only one answer to every thought, feeling, sensation, good, bad, high, low. I have only one answer, Om Shanti. We are switching off. But that you do with awareness. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Well, sometime you will find there comes an interval, a space. There is no thought at all. Only the interval and the infinite space. Be with it. You have found it. So what we are doing by dropping Om Shanti, answering with Om Shanti to any thought feeling, we are extending that period. You are are totally enjoying that. Om Shanti. It is not a mantra chanting. It is actively acting on the mind that has been playing the movie for so many days, months, years, causing the suffering. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. There is nothing in the mind. Mind is already switched off. So when it is switched off, you already see the screen. So we have a glimpse of it. Any active step, my friend, will or may give you a glimpse of the state of mindfulness, but no active step can ever help you reach to the highest state. That is why this step, I put it into the stage 2. Let his mind have a glimpse of it. I have a 4 hours drive to Flagstaff. Here the temperature is over 100, and when I approach to the Flagstaff, the temperature falls down to 50s and 40s. I get a glimpse, oh yes, I got it. The same thing you feel, oh yes, I see that space, I see that state of emptiness. This step gives you a glimpse of it. So once we get a glimpse of it, let us move into the stage 3. Today we'll have only one step into the stage 3. We awaken the mind that can you experience sensation, relaxation, stillness, in spite of you are moving like a crazy. So what we do? Move the mind on the head and the neck. That is our stage 3. Common element, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. My friends, in this journey you may have variety of experiences, vision, colors, tingling, freezing of the body, a sense of bodilessness. What should we do with those experiences? Recognize, accept, let them come, let them go. Why we are looking for the screen? Move the mind on the right arm. The mind is touching the right arm. You be there. Feel and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left arm. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. We experience deep within, in spite of the fact the mind is still running. Let it run. Enjoy that state. The mind is running, different from experience of sensation, relaxation, stillness. That is the key. The mind moves on the rib cage. Be there. Presence. And experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind moves on the belly. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind moves on the right leg. Sensation, relaxation, and Stillness, my friend. The mind moves on. Where the mind is moving on the entire body, feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. My master used to say at this moment, and I recall and I remember, ask your mind which flow you have. Is it the path of the Shreyas or the path of the Preyas? So if it is the path of the Preyas, I explain what I like, what is pleasant to the mind, what will happen, how you will explain your experiences to me. I have lot of thoughts. No, I could not control it. And if the mind is aware of the path of the Shreyas, what the mind will do? It will live in the experience of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You are aware of the thoughts are going and coming. Movie. I'm not looking for the movie. You will enjoy the mind that was making you crazy. You left that mind. And you say, okay, if you feel, continue. Now we will move into the stage for living within. In Tantra is a very beautiful discipline. So they ask your mind to engage in some kind of activity within so that it transcends itself. So we have a center of wisdom inside the forehead, normally known as eyebrow center. Symbolically, the center of emotion and desire inside the heart, and the center of action. You see that? Inside the belly button. That is what is all about Kriya Yoga. If you bring them all together. So what we are doing in the stage 4, pay attention. Casual. The breath is going in and out, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The moment the breath goes in, you look inside the forehead and say in your mind, Shantoham, or Om Shanti. The moment the breath returns, you feel as if the Shantoham is coming out. You pick a point deep inside the forehead, where in the space inside the forehead. It is a natural way. Natural way. Now you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. You are maintaining. You continue with an experience of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. In that state, the breath goes in, and you redirect the mind deep inside the forehead, dropping Shantoham. Breath returns Shantoham. Mental, in your mind. Breath is the highway. Your car is Shantoham. There is no other car. That is how we may hold on to the highest. You see, Tantra gives you hundreds, thousands of steps. And now do the same thing inside the heart. Breath goes in and the mind looks inside the heart saying Shantoham. Breath returns Shantoham. Shantoham. This mind dropping Shantoham is like a son asking the question, oh, this is the screen, the actor or the actress. Well, you understand that story. And Father says, no. Please understand, it is behind the actor. The scene changes. The son says, okay, actress. Scene again changes, mentioned. Scene again changes, the villain. Oh, no. So in a higher journey, we have a meditation which is known as neti neti. Not this, not this, not this. And now move to the third center of action. The breath goes in on its own. Let it go where it goes. But the moment it goes, it raises my awareness to say Shantoham and look inside the belly button. When the breath returns in a spur of a moment, I become aware of the breath moving out, dropping Shantoham. Am I playing in the practice? Is it a fun for me? If it is, you will be there. But if the mind is objecting, where the mind is moving, can you guess the path of the prayers? We are not hating any thought. We are not controlling. Whatever is happening, and can you control the movie? Can the son control the movie? Can the father to show the screen? No. And now we move to the last stage, which is the same. In this state of sensation, relaxation, stillness, mind living within, it has a glimpse of the screen, then only the breath mindfulness works. So what we are doing in the last stage, breath, we know the breath is going in and out, first point of awareness. Second point, we feel the sensation of the breath in the nose when it goes in and comes out. Third point, to keep the highest state of attention, we do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Continue, please. In the state of comfortable sensation, relaxation, stillness, the mind is living within. It is moving with a three-pointed awareness. and doing nothing. You were already doing nothing, but I give emphasis when you do nothing. What I have to do to see the screen? Nothing. But that is a particular stage where the movie stops projecting. That is the state of doing nothing. Pure awareness, knowledge, and experience, my friend. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand. Feel the sensation. We will not put our hands on the eyes nowadays because you already know it. Move the mind on the left hand. Feel the sensation. Become aware of your eyes and open the eyes inside slowly. We will share our experiences, so I will tweak something based on your experiences so that you can continue the practices. I'll put this on the speaker so you can download the practice. So, how are you, Priscilla?
That was very deep.
Wonderful.
Very, very deep. And I felt like my hands were full of something. I don't know what, but that was a good sensation.
Good sensation. Good.
Yes.
Very good. Very good experience. So how about you, Paul?
Well, I like going through the 4 stages. I think having that progression helped me go deeper. If we had just stayed in 1, I think I would have stalled out a little bit, but having that variation helped a lot.
The screen was good too.
Yes, that is really good. I realized that let me explain the entire journey into different stages. Normally, if I talk of these stages to those traditional masters, they will instantly say, oh, you are teaching wrongly. So there are no stages in mindfulness. But it is also right for the sake of understanding, guiding, to reach to the stage.
Yeah.
So very good. So how are you, Ashok, and his lovely son? No problem. Your honey is working. Continue.
No, it was good and relaxing.
Good.
And want to open the eyes. Don't want to end the session.
That is really good. That is a good experience. How about you, Ashok?
Shivam. It was intense.
Yes, you see, Shivam, you are young. You need to continue the journey. But youngs have a lot of things to do in the world outside. They have less time for meditation. How are you, Pushkar?
Sir, I enjoy the session, and sir, I feel some magnetic senses in my head.
Sensation
In my
in the
head.
head. Very good. Sensation in the head. Yeah, we will go deeper into these three centers in our next session in different stages, and you'll find it more deeper. So, how are you, David? Now, how are you, Samir?
Sir, it was really peaceful and very deep. Means really it was good. Just mind penetrated inside totally, and I was just in what you were saying. I was totally means it was very relaxing today.
Very relaxed.
And
Good.
means stages are. I think it's a good thing that you become more aware when you tell stages. When you tell stage 3, mind becomes more aware. Okay,
That's
now I'm
good.
going on third stage, fourth stage. So it means you don't get involved in more thoughts.
That's really a good understanding. That's a good.
Yeah.
I will continue. How about you, Sangeeta?
सर पहले तो स्क्रीन पे मूवी चलती रही थोड़ी देर, फिर शांतो हम इम्पोज किया तो रिलैक्स हो गया बहुत.
Very good. That's a good point to understand. That's why I put the element of the principle of Shreyas and Preyas. So the mind either moves to the path of what I like and pleasant, and it causes lot of thoughts, wandering nature. And when it moves to the path of the Shreyas, it becomes calm. It becomes calm the moment you think of it, the moment you become aware of it. That is what is very important. Wonderful. How are you, Jerry? And David?
Hi, doing well. It was an interesting practice for me, and just that I had a little bit of discomfort in the hip sitting, and so I was able to sit still, but I kept being kind of drawn to it and kept coming back to ignoring it. So I was in and out of a little bit of a fight with my mind, but I was able to sit. Thank you.
Apply the principle of Shreyas and Preyas. That is what I said. Discomfort, path of the Preyas. Let my mind move to the Shreyas and see what happens.
Right.
I always give one example to the people. If you sit for 2 hours without any movement, I will give you $1 million. Will you move? You will never move. You will never experience discomfort. Do you see that point?
Yeah.
That is the secret. How are you, David?
Similar to Jari too, except I was fighting with my fatigue. But when we got into the deep part of the meditation, I really finally got in. I mean, it was just really clear, really deep for me. I really enjoyed it. The conversation, the comment about your mind is like traffic; it just keeps going. Was relieving to me because my mind's always going, and so I just let it go, but I wasn't paying attention to it.
Wonderful. So also do not pay attention to the discomfort on the hips also. That is also a thought.
Right.
So when we deepen the practice, we will reach to that stage. How are you, last one, Vivek?
Yeah, I mean, it was very peaceful and emptiness. Using that Om Shanti thoughts away from the thoughts.
Wonderful. So what is the summary? We are living in the world, playful movie, play, movie, likes, dislikes, pain, pleasure, everything. Your mind lives into that awareness that you are in the world, which is nothing but a theater. But where I am behind it. That is the screen. You realize that state. Thank you very much for joining. We'll move again. We'll meet again next Saturday. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peace out.
Namaste.